Good evening, everybody. I think we're live. Just waiting to get into the first race. Let's have a look. Bear with me. So anyway, how's everybody doing? Let's just check our levels. Yep, that looks all right to me. Everybody looking forward to the start of the semi-finals for the Prada Cup. Or is it the finals? It's the final for the Prada Cup, isn't it? Certainly got everything set to be recorded. You can find it on YouTube. What's going on here? I can't see our race. Oh, everybody's saying waiting for host, ditto. I should be able to see. Let's flip over to the main screen. Yep, I'm just waiting to see one of our races pop up in here. Hopefully Nathan will give it well, I think it's Nathan is our race officer this evening. Hopefully he'll give us a name that we can recognise. Yep, nobody's been able to get in. Let's see what's going on. No, nothing yet. Let's be patient. There we go. We're just going to watch the first one. I think there's quite a few people logged on, so we should have a good few racing. And we've got our race officer in there already. Let's see if anybody else can join. Should pop up behind. Okay, that's interesting. We're only spectating, so we don't need to know the code. Yep, there we go. Yep, they're all joining us now. So who have we got so far? Race officer, I think that's Nathan, Debbie, he who must be saluted, and Mike, of course. I'm sure there were more than that. Anyway, lasers, so obviously I'm going to spectate in this one. Oh, here comes Uncle Bill, that's good. Because, as well documented, I don't like lasers. Oh, and it's our mystery laser solar. So I wonder how long before we get going. The line doesn't look too long, so maybe there's not going to be the usual port-end advantage. It's wait and see, isn't it? So let's see if anybody's actually watching. Concurrent viewers 1, so that's my wife again. Well, it could be my mum, I suppose. Yep. So we're under starters orders. And that minute comes around, we'll get a look and see which end of the line is going to pay. And it looks pretty even, and the wind looks pretty even as well. So everybody's going to be fighting for the committee boat. I say fighting. Oh, where'd the sound go? Oh, yeah, it's still there. It comes and goes. I don't know what that is about. Looks like somebody's going for port end flyer. Who's that? Why is it not not showing me who it is. Maybe it doesn't until we get started. But let's jump down here. Let's jump in the start line. Let's look along the line. We can watch it. 10 seconds to go. 5. Who's going to get a good start? Oh, it's pretty even. Mike gets the cross. But that might be. See out in front, he's going into that darker area there, so more wind there, so they're all in the right place. And there's Jamie F89. Have we got an interloper? I bet that's him stuck out in the middle there. See the black boat there? In here. Oh, I didn't know that view worked. That's quite interesting. I've never seen that before. So tell us if it does. You learn something every day. Let's see if we can jump back in there. Oh, what's going on? It's a little far away now. Can't we zoom in? We can zoom out. We can't zoom in. Anyway, let's go see who's winning. And it's our race officer. That's Nathan, I'm guessing. One of the black holes, so that must be over here, is it? We're lost now, to be honest, now that we can't jump around with them. Seafarers. Yep, so it's Nathan over here. I won't let that zoom in. Zoom out, but it won't zoom in. Oh well, looks like we're stuck at this level for the rest of this race. That's not a bad thing. Let's jump out and have. Oh, there we go. It went back into the. So there's 3 different views. The overhead view. So Nathan up here. Debbie's. She's not doing too badly. Mike B. What's that just next to him? I'm guessing that's the Mr. Blue Sky. Uncle Bill in here. And then we can jump there, and then we can jump again from it. We can. That's good. I wonder if Nathan had it set to a long beat, because that's taken quite a long time to get up towards the windward mark. However, everybody's in the breeze. Far away from the mark. Still a ways to go. So Uncle Will over here. Let's just take it back. Looks like the breeze is going to run out. Nobody's on the other side, that's a shame, because it looks like it's well lifted over there, so everybody's steering across on the port tack to get back to that ley line. Well, I say everybody, except Mike. Or is it no? Debbie, look. Debbie, yep. It's not doing her any harm because she is on the lifted tack. But Nathan's out in front, so I'm guessing he's just ploughing across to that ley line. Not much choice now. That was a very long beat, wasn't it? All fairly close. It's only 50 metres between everybody. Let's have a look at Uncle Will. Oh, yep. Joined him just time to catch that port starboard penalty. Nathan's got the ley line. Let's go back and join him again. That's coming back to him. That's nice. Debbie has done well. That lift on that other side paid quite nicely for her. So Nathan rounds at a very long beat. They'll all have tired legs. Debbie next. This is going to be tight. Yep. Clear windward leeward. We've got the penalty. Blue sky. Let's jump back on board with Nathan. Yeah, that wind's shifted quite a lot, hasn't it? It's not a lot of choice about the jibe to be on going back down. But Nathan's got a decent lead now. I don't think he has to worry too much. Let's see if Debbie's got any troubles. Yeah, Debbie's in the clear too. Mike might be getting a little bit of wind shadow. But he could help himself by actually pointing towards the line. Yep, so Mike's definitely getting some wind shadow from Uncle Bill now. And that wind has shifted back. Oh, these two are playing. Yep, penalty there. Clear windward leeward. Let's join Nathan as he rounds the bottom, goes through the gate. Rounds clear in front. So he shouldn't have too many problems holding on to that. Debbie next. Yep, and not a lot of choice on that speed either. It's definitely a port tack. See up here, that wind is certainly showing that ley line is to be the port side is the only making side at the moment. So everybody's going to have to come up there on that side, or on that tack. Sorry. So look, where's Debbie? Yep, she's there too. So everybody rounded, just about. Just Uncle Bill bringing up the rear. Let's go and watch Uncle Bill round. Yep. And he'll take over to you fairly soon, I hope. Although it has evened up, hasn't it, a little bit. Yep. Nice long boring beat, not too much to be fought over here. So who's having the battle here? So it's Uncle Bill and Mike, I guess, trading blows at the moment, just in the middle there. Let's go and have a look at that overhead view. I quite like that. No sound effects though. Again, we can see these ley lines and that's shifting again. What side is going to be the lifted side? Nathan's just trugging in on that port tack until he hits that ley line. And no silly mistakes, I think he's got this one in the bag, just the run to deal with. Debbie and Blue Sky might be fun to watch on the run. But there's probably quite a gap between them by the time they actually round. Yeah, not sure why you'd choose to tack there. So maybe she was getting a little bit affected by, maybe Blue Sky was getting a little bit affected by Debbie's wind. He goes back now. I guess it's not always a good idea to just do something different. So Nathan rounds first. And like I said, nice clean advantage for him. Nobody even at the mark yet. So let's jump on board with Debbie, check him around the mark. Is this guy going to be anywhere near enough? Maybe not. Let's have a look. Nope, it's going to be a bit of a procession on that run, I think, certainly for these three at the front. How about Mike? Yep, that double take's going to cost him. Yep, so unfortunately the run's going to be fairly boring. Won't be any action there. Let's amuse ourselves and see if there's anybody's actually watching. Oh, two people. Hi, Mum. So, it's Mike, Mystery Laser Sailor, Blue Sky, Debbie, and Nathan. Almost finished. Look, not too far to go for Nathan. So let's stick with Nathan and just watch him finish. Huge gap. I think Nathan's bored, so he's going to wait for everybody else. Perhaps he just doesn't want to win. How fine do you think he's going to cut it? He's not quite going back upwind, but he's trying. He's going for the line now. He's just teasing us here, isn't he? He's going to hit the committee boat and get a penalty. Oh, shame. Should have done that. That would have been entertaining. So Debbie's getting close. He'll have to be careful now. You're going to throw this away. So Debbie's going to get it. Debbie wins. Not sure what he was playing at there, but it was some entertainment for us at the end of that one. So Debbie's Seafarers, Race Officer Nathan, Blue Sky, Mystery Laser, Mike B, and Uncle Bill. We'll just wait till they've all finished and then we'll go and have a look at the stats on that one. Yep, Uncle Bill, let's go and have a look at that. So this one I get to get the stats? No, let's come out of that. It's this one, isn't it? Yep, there we go. Just the confirmation. Debbie Seafarer, Blue Sky, Mystery Laser, Mike B, Uncle Bill. And I think we'll see that Nathan had the best of that one, didn't he, for most of the time, and then decided to come second at the very end there. Okay, so let's jump out of that one and let's wait for the information on the next race. Oh. Yeah, Debbie's asking, did Nathan have problems? Let's see if Nathan's gonna. It's going to be the new password again as well, because I'll need that because I think I'll race a little in this next one. Sorry. So just have to wait until Nathan tells us that it's going to be up. Who do we think is going to have the best of the weekend? Prada or us? I say us. Ineos. I think it's going to be exciting to watch. I'm not going to watch it live though, obviously not. So just waiting for Nathan. And hopefully he'll tell us what the code is. Again, as I think I've explained before, we use our mobiles and WhatsApp to actually so everybody knows what's going on. There's a little bit of banter goes on there. And Nathan's typing, so we'll see what's what in a minute. So Nathan said, nope, was just trying to have a small win, but got my timings wrong. Oh dear, never mind. It was good fun for us. Debbie's happy. She gets the win. I think she's doing quite well in this series. Next one open at 1906. So a couple of minutes yet. The start time of 1908. Just going to ask what the code is. If I can remember how to do this. Yeah, Mike's asked the same question. Yep, Nathan's typing, so we'll know in a minute. Yep, so it's a slightly different code than we're used to. Okay, so we should be able to get in. Okay, I'm going to cheat and have best BGM, as I tell everybody I hate constantly trimming to the wind. And basically that best VMG just means I'm always, if I press B on the keyboard, I'm always at the best wind angle, either close hold or the most advantageous VMG downwind. Oh, we've got quite a few takers today. There's 8 of us. So I'm just waiting for the race officer to get us underway. Let's just run through who we've got. Race officer, Uncle Bill again, Mystery Laser, Mike B, Blue Sky, me, Tim's joined us, and Debbie there as well. So 8 of us. So it should be good fun. Hopefully the beat won't be quite as long this time. It does allow it to separate, and then it does make it a bit more difficult to get any advantage out of the runs. Wait and see. It's not like I actually have to hike or anything. So if I click in there while I'm sailing, I get the overhead view as well. I never knew that. Well, you can see from that one that it looks like it's going to be a port end start, doesn't it? Never knew that view was available. Oh, that's good, isn't it? So let's go down there anyway. Yep, here we go. When it hits 1 minute, the racing rules start to apply. It does actually look like there might be a bit more wind down there as well, doesn't it? Okay, let's see. Let's have another look at that view, shall we? And it even shows you where the wind's coming from. Yep. So maybe we do need to be starboard off of the point here. Port end would be my guess. So let's do that. Give it a go anyway, see what else comes down here. There's definitely more wind on that left hand side, so we are kind of in the right place. Mind you, I think I've said that before. Okay, 20 seconds, so let's move up to the line a bit. Everybody will come steaming down here in a minute, we wait and see. 16 seconds. Let's not get too far away, there he goes. Somebody's stealing my thunder. It does look like that, so let's go anyway. And I tell you what, we don't really want to go this time now. It looks like that shifted quite a lot, and the wind's on the other side. Hopefully we're going to get out across in front of everybody else. Yeah, it does look like it, so not a bad start this time. It does look like it's going to be a long beat. And it does look like port side is the only tack to be on. So because I have the best VMG, the B button as it is, to press it, I don't have to do anything. Hands free. If I didn't have that, then I'd constantly be having to keep the windsock here green. If you're off the wind a little bit, not close hauled, it'll turn a different colour. Let's just demonstrate that. Turn it off. There you go, see I can bear away. I can come up to make it green, but I have to do that with the keyboard. It's just, well, not painful, it's just, I cheat. I use the Auto Best VMG. And it does look like it's doing us some good at the moment because we are got a nice little lead. So because we're actually racing, we can't see the ley lines, and because it's such a long beat, it's going to be fairly difficult to judge. So we won't go all the way to where I think the ley line is. We'll tack across. I'll have to keep on it, make sure we're not getting knocked as well. I don't want to go too far to one side or the other, but just about everybody's on the same tack as me at the moment, so we'll stick with it. Don't see any real advantage to tacking over, but like I say, I don't want to go to that ley line. If we go all the way to the ley line, if the wind does shift, we can't take advantage of it. Well, so I'm going to tack now. I'm going to try and tack now. There we go. And there you go, now at least we can see the mark. I don't think we're on the making tack, but we have to get some right. We have to go left at some stage, so it might as well be now. And you can see my lead is, it's not dropping too much, because everybody else is tacking over as well. What I don't want to be is so close when I go over into port they're going to catch me on starboard. So while we've got 20 or 30 metres we should be safe, but I'm not going to go too much farther just in case they start eating into my lead. And they're going to be quite close downwind anyway, so that's going to be entertaining. Okay, I think we'll take across now. We'll just go look for that ley line a little bit closer. There's more wind coming in from that side as well, so maybe that's where we want to be. See what's going on behind. Okay, we're not doing too badly. So I hope I can lay it from there. No, not quite, never mind. Maybe the wind will shift and do us a favour. So we are giving up some of that lead. Come on, wind. Give us a little bit of a lift, that would be nice. Really don't want to have to double tack. That will get quite tight then. Yep, we're going to have to by the looks of it. Let's not do it until we have to. Okay, let's go. Just a very short tack, let's make sure of it. And now we can bear away a little bit. Point ourselves towards the spreader mark. Hopefully we're going to get enough of a lead not to get too much trouble on the run. And let's not mess up this bear away. Okay, there we go. And we can definitely see the mark on the right as we look down the course looks higher up the course, so we are definitely going to go and try and go for that one. jibe over. Might as well be pointing towards the line. Yeah, like I said, those long beats, they do open up the gaps. It does make it a little bit more comfortable on the run. And you can see we're extending quite nicely now. Long may it last, although I doubt it. Hopefully, got some wind coming in from the left of us. Hopefully we'll get that first as well. Certainly not going to jibe yet. That wind's just disappearing a little bit. Yep. The right hand side of the gate definitely looks further up the course. So when I think we're going to lay that, we'll jibe over. Let's give it a go now. Yeah, so hopefully they're all nicely bunched behind me. And I won't have to worry about them too much. Guess I'm just going to go on the dead run into this mark. I don't want to jibe anymore. Oh, I did anyway. Oh well. Let's not hit it. It does look like the port has tech. Sorry, starboard is probably the site to be on. However, let's see what everybody else does as they come around the mark. Let's have a look at this view again. So this is me, and they're all following me at the moment, and it does look like this is the lifted side. So we'll just stay here until they start to take over. Actually, this probably gives you a much better idea of the ley lines if you're in this view, doesn't it? Oh, there's more wind coming in from that other side, so right, let's tack over and see if we can get to that. I can even tack over in this view. Yeah, that's enough of that. Yep, just get into this breeze and then I think we'll go back onto the starboard side. Because it does look like, unless this lifts us as we go into it. It's not doing it, it's not lifting me yet, is it? No, it's not going to tack over. Going to try and tack over. The keyboard stopped working. There we go. So we've still got a nice little lead. It's gone down somewhat and we're losing it a little bit. What's that? I don't know. Most everybody's coming over onto the starboard side. Yeah, everybody is now, so we'll stay here for the time being. Till we're a little closer to that ley line. Don't think we're going to be too far from it, are we? Looks like everybody might be in a little bit more breeze behind me, so let's take over now. You know what the golden rule is, stay between the opposition and the mark. Yep, so we're doing alright at the moment. Getting a little bit of that lead back. And I think we'll just trundle out until our best guess at this ley line, because there shouldn't be any competition going into the mark. In fact, I might even overstand it a little bit, just to make sure. Okay, let's try it there. Oh, not overstood it by a little bit, it's overstood it by a lot. It's gonna hurt us a little bit. Still, rear away, pick up some speed. Okay, let's get this barroway done properly without hitting anything. Nice. Yeah, and hopefully we're going to have an untravelled run to the finish. Assuming we don't make any silly mistakes. Okay, let's barroway. And we're just going to run down, hope that breeze to the right of us comes across. Sorry, to the left of us, to the right of us. There's a band of breeze down there. So we've got 150 metres lead, so not too much to worry about. What's going on behind? Yep, so it's definitely a case of the rich gets richer. Looks like Debbie and our race officer might be having a little bit of a tussle. Okay, I'm going to jibe over. Does look like there's a little bit more wind on that side. Yep, and as I say that, you can see that Debbie and our race officer obviously had to come in together because Nathan got a penalty. Very long course. Still, it'll be 49ers for the next two races. So even if it's a longer beat, it should not take quite so long. There we go, not too far to go now. So I wonder how long that race takes. 10 minutes? Does it tell us how long the race? We can have a look, can't we? Because we will certainly have enough time to look at the steps. Here we go. Do I get a fanfare as I cross the line? I think I do. Yeah, I got a fanfare. Yeah, 12 minutes and 13 seconds. So 10 minutes was a little bit off. Okay, so the stats won't mean much until other people start finishing, but there we go, 12 minutes, 13 seconds, 13.2 seconds. Sorry. Is anybody watching? Oh, we've still got 2 viewers. Amazing. All relatives, of course. So still waiting. Yep, it looks like Nathan and Debbie. It's fairly close. Everybody's piling through quite quickly now, so it must have been a nice close race. So let's go have a look. Best average speed was me. Best start, so Mystery Laser. Shortest distance. Wasn't that good a start, 4th off the line, but I think I picked that shift over to port a little bit quicker than everybody else, and that's what got me out in the lead, and then I managed to stay there. So yeah, definitely a case of the rich get richer. Okay, let's jump out of this. Hopefully we won't get to see the won't be showing you the code this time. Hopefully Nathan will change it back, having seen my faux pas. So next race will be 49ers, I believe, and we will spectate on that one. I like the 49ers. A bit more fast and furious, a bit more tactical on the runs. But you have to think about it a bit more. You can't just claw up behind somebody and steal their wind. Well, you can, but there are more options to escape and more options to cover. Am I making any sense? Probably not. So just a reminder to anybody who is actually watching live, you can make comments in YouTube. I should see those if I pay attention. it is up on my screen and I can see those. And we still have 2 viewers. Wow. So I think if I get another 998 viewers, we start putting adverts. So, let's just get up to 999 viewers and then worry about it, shall we? So nobody's taking my invitation to add a comment then. Be interesting. The other thing I wanted to talk about was Pip Hare's finishing tonight. So hopefully that finish will be on YouTube, because that might be worth staying up and watching. All the other finishes have been on YouTube. So open at 1925, start at 1929. What's the time now? 25, so it should be open. So let's go see if we can find it. Oh, I need to be in the right screen. Can't see anything yet. It's definitely 1925. Should see something any minute. Hopefully I haven't missed it. There it is. Let's go and watch this one. Yep, 49ers. Yay! I do like Uncle Bill's Bulldog on his sail. See if we can get any clues about the start line. Wow, we can see that wind's not very even, so it does look like a starboard start and starboard tack at the moment. I'm sure that will change. But right now, if I was looking at that committee boat end on the starboard tack, so that view is really useful, isn't it? I wonder if you're actually racing whether you see the ley lines, because that would be a really good clue, wouldn't it, going into the start? So perhaps if we race in the next one, we'll have a look. Uncle Bill, mystery laser sailor, sailing a 49er. How dare he? Dare be? Well, an RS 400 sailor, sailing a 49er. Yeah, all slightly out of our league here, I think. Maybe Nathan. He should be right. He knows what he's doing with the skiff. Tim and Mike. It doesn't look like that's going to be a very even start, does it? Still looking like starboard, doesn't it? Oh yeah, look at that, massively so at the moment. So yep, committee boat end. Start and stay on starboard until you see it shift. Well, you'd normally start on starboard anyway, because that gives you all the rights. But if it was, if the port tack looked like the lifted tack, you'd be looking to tack it over as soon as possible. That's why a clear start. If you can get your nose out in front, then you can dictate when you want to tack, rather than having to wait for the boats around you to realise that the port hand tack is the making tack. That's why a good start is always very important. Well, it's a big advantage. So we're into sequence. It looks a little more even now. Let's jump back out. Yep. So our laser sailor was in the midst of the committee boat when the rules kicked in. Gets a penalty, right? That won't worry him too much. Plenty of time to kill. So who are we riding with? We're with Mike. Looks like he's definitely going to be going for a slingshot past the committee boat. Hope that a gap opens up. So let's ride along with him, shall we? So let's just jump back on board. Yep, still committee boat end, starboard tack. And the wind's coming in from that side as well. You can see the darker water. Okay, let's go back. Still with Mike. He's still hoping that that gap opens up for him. And he needs to be getting there now, otherwise he's going to be late. 5 seconds. Yep, looked like a clean start. Somebody's going back. Ooh, lots of penalties flying around. Tim gets a good start. Yep, so we can still see that the starboard side, starboard tack is paying, but there's no wind down the middle of the course. Well, less wind down the middle of the course. Yep, it does look fairly even again now. Let's have a look around. So how come Debbie's got out in front there? Yep, just because she's trucking out into that wind maybe. Yeah, it's jumping around. It's all fairly even at the moment, isn't it? Depends as the wind shifts. Definitely more wind on this side, and she takes across close to the ley line. How's everybody else doing? Nope. Nobody's. It's not any conclusive side that's paying at the moment. Yep, and we can see that wind shifting, so they're all having to bear away to get that line. I wouldn't be bearing away just yet because it's probably shift back before they get there. So our laser sailor's overstood by quite a lot now. Shouldn't do too much harm. It does look like Debbie's going to get there first. By some margin by the looks of it. So Debbie rounds first. Followed by the laser guy. I'm going to stop calling him Mystery Laser, I'm going to start calling him Laser Guy. Tim was doing alright on that beat. He's lost it a bit now. Maybe he's committed to one side too much. He's really having to reach into that now. Hopefully he's going to get there before this bunch. Yep. So look what's going on there with Uncle Bill. He got a penalty. And another one by the looks of it. Did he hit the mark again? No, he's off now. So let's jump back on board with the leader. It's Debbie at the moment. So again, as we can see it, as we look down the course, it does look like the right hand side is further up the course. So if anybody else can see that, that's hopefully the side they'll go to. Let's see if Debbie does that, shall we? Yep, she's going to. nice. Looks like the main laser sailor took some ground out over there. But it does look like again the port side is the making tack, so tack over guys. Like there's more wind over that other side as well, so you really need to be getting towards that. The laser sailor has tacked. Debbie should really cover him. There she goes. So that I think that will be a little bit of a gain to laser guy. Yep, so he hits that near wind, stronger wind first. Yep, and see he's taking meters out of Debbie now. To the point where he's actually taking the lead. So I'm guessing in the faster boats, the bigger winds give you that little bit of an acceleration, and they tend to give you the lift at the same time. It looked like Laser Guy's trying to stay in that wind band. It's a fairly sensible idea before you get too close to the mark. And he's just coming across to cover Debbie as well, I guess. Good move. He's going to tap now. He's going to trundle out. So he's still making meters on Debbie, but he does probably need to get it. There he goes. And that ley line's coming to him, so that's quite nice. Let's jump on board with Debbie. So she's gone a bit beyond. She's got quite a big lead to third. Fairly well spread out. Again, it's probably a longer beat. So Laser Guy will round first. Tied up and off he goes. Yep. I'm not sure there's any advantage one side or the other. He probably just does want to go to that stronger wind. Where's Debbie? She's following him. Yep. Definitely want to stay in that stronger breeze if you can. But it does look like it's Laser Guy's to lose. So let's go back and have a look a bit further down the field. Just coming to the barrelway. Kite up, off we go. Probably want to jibe over, get back into that wind again, stay in that wind. So it looks like this one is going to be Laser Sailor's race to lose. Debbie's got no problems with second. But Tim, it looks like Tim will be able to hold on to third. Our race officer, has he got any problems? No, he'll be a fairly safe fourth. Yep, so Laser wins, Debbie was second. But Tim's crossed the line as well. It's going to be tight. Tight. It's tight. So Nathan fourth. This guy fifth. Mike and Uncle Bill. So let's have a quick look at the stats on that one. Laser Sailor, Debbie, Tim, Nathan, Blue Sky, Laser Sailor, oh no, Mike Wellington. He sounds a laser though as well, so he qualifies. And Uncle Bill. Yep, so Tim had that good start, probably didn't pick up that it was a port tack early enough. And a really good climb, look at that, second off the line. Probably picked up that port side tack earlier. And did really well to come through from 6th till 1st. Nice. Okay, so I think we'll race in the next one. Try not to give away the code this time. Let's just see if anybody's got anything to say. No, so as I was saying, Pip Hare had about 90 miles to go at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. So she will be finishing tonight. Unless, of course, no, I'm not going to say it. She did have trouble with one of her roller furlers, didn't she? And actually lost a sail over the side. Did well to recover that. So last race will be 49ers as well. Like I say, we'll race in that one. Oh, an 8MS again today. Nice. So that's 2 pieces I'm going to have to edit out of that before it goes up. And encourage Mike, whoever's race officer, to come up with a new key for next weekend. Next Thursday, sorry, which I think will be the last one of the series. So we'll stream that one as well, and we'll actually have the results so we can work out on the fly who's going to take the series. Still what we said we'd do, and let's have a look at that overhead view. So it definitely looks like starboard end of the line, committee boat end is the place to be. But we can't see those long ley lines, so we don't get as much of a clue about what the wind's doing. But we'll fight for the committee boat, because that's always good fun. I can see somebody's already setting up out there. Just wait for Nathan to get us going. Let's go and have a practice up by that committee boat, shall we? Never hurts to practice. Let's see if we can actually get there first. Come on then, let's go. Actually, if you look at that, it looks like it might be a... Yeah, definitely port favoured at the moment. Committee boat under the line and a port start here. You can see that even from those very short ley lines. Definitely it's going to be port side at the moment, isn't it? Port tack rather. Committee boat in, port tack. And then let's stick our nose in here. "50 seconds to kill, mind you." Check back. It's a bit more even now, but still at the right end of the line, aren't we? Looks like this is going to get competitive. I'm going to get a penalty. Oh well, never mind. Got some seconds to kill. Would help if I pressed the right button. So we're not going to have a good start now. Pretty much blowing that there. Never mind, let's try and make sure we get a good time on distance, shall we? False start. So that was terrible. Oh, there we go, let's go now. Oh, well. Dead last. Serves me right. I think we're on the right side. I think it still looks like port tack is the right side to be on. And maybe a little bit more wind out this side. But we are just falling into the guy above us, aren't we? So let's see if we can't pick up that little band of wind as it comes across there. Let's go now. Still last. Lots of work to do in this one. Not last, yay. Yeah, don't think there's much gain at one side or the other. Let's go back and have a look. Try not to get any penalties. Yep, definitely last. Well, not quite last, but you know, close enough. Okay, I don't really want to go all the way to that ley line, so I'm going to tack now and just hope for a lift. And that didn't work, so that put me plumb last again. Let's go back. And we'll just go to the ley line this time, assuming that we can get there. Okay, let's see if we can actually judge this ley line properly this time. I hope that's it. Yeah, a little overstood, but better over than under. Let's see if we can go in a straight line. Kind up and see if we can look for some advantage. Definitely this side. No. That was nasty. Who did that? It's Tim. Oh well, at least we've got a good view of the fleet from here. Okay, so looking down the coast, I think it's the right hand side again is the upwind of the marks, so we'll try and make a round in there, see if that gives us any advantages. But we are sailing into a bit more wind now, but we're coming across these guys, so we're going to cross them. Nope, penalty. Let's go back there. One disaster after another. Sailing out of that wind now, aren't we? Okay. Let's not get another penalty. And let's go where the wind is, look, on the other side. Yep, so that going around that side might have picked us up a few places. Everybody's coming over to this side for the wind, aren't they? Okay, if we can get into it, tack over in it, maybe, because it does look like they're getting knocked over on that side. As I say, they tack back, so they've realised that. Come on, we need to get into the breeze. It's milling away from us. It's definitely not the making tack though, is it? So let's go over. Yep. So hopefully we're picking up a few places. Now that was mean. So we'll go back for another bite of that wind, shall we? We're going to cross this time? Yes, thank God. Okay, we're in the breeze. Let's go back onto the making tack. If it's still the making tack, yeah, it does look like it is. That's the pain. Now we're going to be pinned out here till they make a decision. Okay, so let's go away. What's that? It was a very long way round. I don't know quite what I did there. But it lost us some ground, so that was nice. I jibed when I should have tacked. Don't know, you just gotta get the staff, can you? Okay, let's try and make this ley line properly this time. Let's go there. Yeah, overstood it massively. That's going to cost us again, isn't it? And now we're going to get bumped up out of there. Yeah, just penalties left, right and centre. Are we last? Not quite yet. It looks like it's paying us. Perhaps see if we can get any advantage from that one. Yeah, bit of speed. Definitely want to be going down that side, don't we, where the breeze is again. Nothing will be gained here at all. Nobody behind us, nobody to catch up in front. Yep, looks like 6th is going to be it. Still, we were last at one stage. Taking a few metres out of whoever that is in front, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Looks like we're going to the right end of the line as well. There's no advantage here at all, is there? Nope. Everybody's smart enough. There we go. I'm scared to go and have a look at the stats. 6th. So a 1st and a 6th. That's the way to do it. Nothing like a bit of consistency. So it definitely wasn't the best start considering we were over. Highest number of jibes was me. My stats, terrible. Look at that. Plumb last. Picked up a few places though, so can't moan too much. Okay, well, thanks very much for tuning in. Tune in next week for the, I think it's the last week, so it will be the exciting climax of the Thursday evening series. I'm assuming there will be a series after that because there's no signs of lockdown ending. I'm getting back into the up to do some real sailing. Yep. I think Debbie had a good evening again. Anyway, good night. See you next Thursday.